Hello, I'm Alan Paul Morgan, and thank you for clicking on to what is a video discussion, just a small video of the backwards compatibility with the Xbox One. How are you finding it? Are you taking advantage of it? Leave comments below, subscribe and all that yada 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 everyone else does. But of course, the Xbox One backwards compatibility with Xbox 360 games to the Xbox One, it's been out a while now, and as I say, are people taking advantage of it? Me, myself, yes I am. Let's have a look at some of the games that I've managed to pick up, sort of second-hand, eBay, sort of charity shops, etc. Mass Effect, fantastic game. I haven't sunk my teeth into it yet. This is some of the problems. I don't really get to sink my teeth into some of these games, particularly South Park, The Stick of Truth. I've played a couple of levels of that, and yes, very, very funny. Not for children, of course, but yeah, oh, fantastic game. I was really happy about that one because I had a 360 for about 6 months, then I upgraded, as it were, to the Xbox One. So I couldn't play these games, but now I'm able to. That's one of the good features. Now, of course, second-hand market, of course, got this on the cheap, so I was really chuffed about that one. Okay, a lot of people don't particularly like that game, but I think it's okay, particularly for how much I paid for it. And of course, Halo Reach. Oh, what a fantastic game this was. As far as I know, it's not in the Master Chief Collection. It may be as a DLC, but when I was playing the game, I've had to install it now to make some room on my Xbox One. Unable to play that one, but I'm so glad I managed to have a quick go on that one and a couple of levels that I've done. I think this is more superior to Halo 4 and Halo 5 in that aspect. It was a much better game. And of course, the big ones, the big backwards compatibility games, one of which I have, Call of Duty Black Ops, and I've called World at War and Call of Duty 3. And the rumour is that Black Ops 2 is soon going to be available for backwards compatibility in the very near future. That's the rumours that are going on online at the moment. But of course, not only are the physical games that I've managed to go out and get there, of course, but there has been a few other games on Games and Gold and various other E3 free games, and of course the Gears of War games. So here's just a list of the Xbox 360 games I've managed to get with various subscriptions just through being an Xbox Gold member. But when these games get announced that they're going to be playable on the Xbox One, I've noticed the prices, particularly in the second-hand market, skyrocket. I know Call of Duty, that was going for around £15 in various shops. I was quite lucky. I managed to get that for only about £7, so half the asking price that was going on. So when these games are announced, the price goes up. The biggest example of this lately, which I haven't managed to get my hands on, was Red Dead Redemption. I had this originally on the Xbox 360, but when I sold it, obviously I didn't know they were going to do all this backwards compatibility. I probably gave it away for like £2 or something like that. Silly me. Now, the prices do vary in certain places. I've just written them down. I've actually done some research into this. CX, these are all UK prices, by the way. CX at the moment, I popped in yesterday, and it's going for £10 used on there at the moment. At the big gaming retailer, as it was in the UK, is going for £9.99. Now on Amazon you can get a brand new copy, but it was a third party seller on Amazon. It wasn't necessarily Amazon itself, it was one of those fulfilled by Amazon. £15.94 for a brand new game. But on the Xbox store, it's currently, at the moment, I checked it this morning, £16.24 for a digital copy of a 360 game that you could play on the Xbox 360. Now I know many people do enjoy some of these games, and there's a big whole list of games that you can play, and if you've had Rare Replay, there's a number of games on there. Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Nuts and Bolts. I played that for about 10 minutes and I never want to play it again. Of course, you got a couple of other games as well. Perfect Dark and Perfect Dark Zero. Okay, there were other games that he brought for the Xbox 360 that you can play on there, some of them. But you can play them on the Xbox One, and it's good to go back because a lot of people are complaining. I've seen a couple of videos going out there on YouTube that this console is the worst generation we've had so far. So having that backwards compatibility, just brings it back to some of the good old games. And obviously not every single game's available as yet. When it was first announced, it was advertising which games were going to be particularly available to play on these. Now, two particular games I hadn't played, but obviously know the hype and know the popularity, read the reviews, and people say how good and fantastic these games were, winning sort of all sorts of Games of the Year awards. And these two games are these, BioShock and BioShock 2. I went out and got these specifically because it was advertised on the Xbox website that these games would be backwards compatibility. And as you can see, I haven't even opened them yet. Maybe selling them because I bought them. I had a voucher, so I didn't pay much for them at the time, but I just haven't been able to play them at all on an Xbox One. Yet it was advertised that these games were coming on. Of course, they're bringing out the BioShock collection out, the sort of remastered editions, which means they probably won't ever be coming on. So I'm in a good mind to sort of put them on eBay. But of course, Xbox compatibility, loads of free games with Xbox Gold, that are free 60 games that we can play on the backwards compatibility. But of course, how are you generally getting on with these games? Is there any particular titles that are not out that you really would like to play on the Xbox One that was probably advertised, or it was just an old game that you really enjoyed back in the day but you would love to play it on the new system for whatever reason? A bit of space in the entertainment centre, maybe one less HDMI cable to plug into your TV or what have you. But there's loads of different sort of questions, comments. But what do you generally think about this backwards compatibility? Are you enjoying it, and are you making the most of it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Adam Paul Morgan, and thank you so much for watching this video. There's all the subscribey stuff that you don't have to do, but if you do, it would be appreciated. Thank you very much. Happy gaming.